Today we're working on making festive holiday hand towels, and Gina's here to show us how easy they are to create.
Well, the first thing you'll want to do is have a yard of assorted fabrics. So what we've done is we've got 3 fabrics, one for the top here. So this is half a yard of fabric.
Okay.
So we're going to do it out of these.
And a half yard makes 2. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to take the half yard,
And
which is
how cute
18
that
inches,
is with the ruffle.
and cut a 1 18-inch strip, and then you're going to split that strip. Now you want to make sure, like this is directional, so you want to make sure that you have the direction of your print going the right way. Okay, so
Not
this is your
down.
Yes, this is your length. So this is 18 inches by approximately 22 inches.
Okay.
The next piece is our little ruffle here, and what we've done is take a 1/4 of a yard, so 9 inches, and we've split that into 2. So we've cut that lengthwise this way, and we get 2 out of that.
Okay.
The next one is the bottom part here, and again that's 1/4 of a yard. But
great to have good contrast coordinating fabrics.
Right, and we'll just split that in half. So this is about 9 inches by 22 inches.
Okay, let's get started.
All right, so the first thing we'll want to do is we're going to start on our ruffle. And ruffles can be a pain or they can be easy. So we're going to take this piece right here, we're going to hem this edge by turning 1/4 of an inch and then 1/4 of an inch again, and top stitching close to the edge.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you do that all on the machine, or do you iron it ahead of time?
I just do it all on the machine and turn as I go.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Cindy's done a small 1/4 inch edge, top stitched here, that makes it nice and neat.
We rolled it twice, so there's no raw edge.
And now what we want to do is gather this. And so what we're doing is gathering it about double. I always like to do about twice my length, so this is what, about 42 inches. And we're going to have it gathered to meet this 22-inch piece. So we have a little secret, a little trick we're going to show you with holding the thread on the machine that will actually gather.
And this is a good technique to have in your repertoire of sewing.
Yes.
So we're going to bring this in here and put it down like this.
Yes. So you're going to keep the side of your foot even with your edge.
We're going to change our stitch length
to the longest stitch you can. And then as you start to begin to stitch, you're going to hold this thread up here. And as you hold the thread, it actually pulls so that it gathers. And it goes fairly quickly. But you want to make sure that you're having a length of thread on either side. So pull, keep pulling, keep pulling. See how it gathers more and more? There you go. That's about right. Right there. So keep it right there, and it's doubling. You can pull just a little bit more, a little bit tighter.
Doesn't this make
Well, you don't have to use your ruffle foot. This is just for a quick, one little simple piece. Keep pulling. And as you get to the end here, let's make sure that we have plenty of thread, because if we have to even it out, we'll have plenty of thread so it won't unravel. So we'll still have to pull it up.
So we'll take it back to our project.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got our ruffle that makes ruffles so easy, doesn't it?
It's very fun. And the nice thing about it is you can still continue to pull it up. So we're probably...
So we want it almost...
Yeah, we'll just have to keep pulling on your thread here until it measures your bottom of your main piece on your towel here. And then you'll even out all your gathers so they look nice there. So does that measure on your end there?
Yep.
Well,
right there.
okay, so that's what we'll want to do now is right sides together. And we're going to sandwich this in between this one. Now we want to make sure that we have everything going the same way. This is directional, and of course the scallops are directional too, so it depends on, do you want your scallops up or down? And we want to make sure that that's the right way, and then flip it over. Okay. So ruffle is right sides together with your main, sandwiched in between the right side of this, which will flip down. And so
you can check yourself out to make sure that works. And
yes,
it does.
So you'll just pin all the way along here. And then since we've got that gather about 1/4 of an inch here, we'll want to go deeper with our seam. Maybe even a 1/2 inch seam to make sure we get all of those stitches and gather stitches inside this seam so they're hidden.
Good idea.
And so as you want to make sure too that we've got all those gathers nice and even on the inside.
And you don't have to just do Christmas fabrics. You could do whatever fabrics you have, just to add a lot of color to your kitchen, or it's a nice gift.
It's always nice to give something a little more personal. Okay, so we're going to go and sew a nice.
And I did my pins opposite of yours.
Oh.
Okay, let's go sew this. All right, so we've got that sewn, our 1/2 inch there.
Right.
Open it up. Voila.
And this looks nice. You can see how the ruffles evenly gathered across here. Now in order to keep this nice and flat so it doesn't pull up washing and using it, we'll do a nice top stitch across the top here, maybe about 1/8 of an inch, right close to the edge of that ruffle, and it'll hold it in place.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right, so here we have that nice top stitch, and we'll be going to the stitching all the way around now,
and then
which
we'll
will finish the edges. Yes. So what I like to do, if you can see on this one, is keep that nice and flat with the ruffle so that when it's used again, it doesn't flip up. So we're going to turn it to the side, and we're going to fold this edge 1/4 of an inch and then 1/4 of an inch again. And I like to start on the ruffle because that's where we have to keep it nice and straight.
Incorporate the entire ruffle.
Yes.
Just kind of.
And then pin it because this moves as you're sewing.
Right here.
And then you want to check once you've pinned and turned that it's still flat on the other side because you'll be sewing on this wrong side. So just pin it along here.
Just pull that over.
And you'll keep pinning all the way along for as long as you need. Like for me, it's about right here, and then the rest I can probably do as I go, as I'm sewing.
So you do your sides first, and then you do your top and bottom.
I do,
last.
yes. And so once we've done that, we'll do the sides. Again, check your piece right here so that you're top stitching. And I do like to do it on this outside edge, so that's about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. You'll top stitch along there. And then when you get to this seam up here, you can pin the whole thing if you'd like, and then just go to town once you're on your machine. But I basically just do 1/4 inch on this edge, and then fold that in
Fold it over.
1/4 of an inch. And then make sure all those seams are tucked in on the sides.
So really, you could have this all pinned and do it in one setting.
Yes, yes. And that will finish off your edges nice.
This is what it looks like finished.
So what's nice about this is it keeps everything nice and clean even after you've washed it.
And I do like how this is serged. But if you don't have a serger, you can use your
Just
zigzag
zigzag the
stitch.
edge with a straight stitch will work just fine.
And that is just a beautiful gift. Well done, and just ready for holidays and giving.
Yes, and you can make a couple of them with a loaf of bread, and you're set to go. And wish everyone a happy holiday.
Well, thank you, Gina. What a great idea for the holidays.